is 6:10 p.m. I call this meeting of the Miami Township Board of Trustees to order. Will you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Mr. Posey,
Present.
Mr. Barry,
Here.
Mr. Culp,
Here. Chief Nielsen, you have the reading of casualties today.
Yes, sir, I do. Police Officer Samuel Riveros with the Baldwin Park Police in California. End of watch, May 31st, 2025. Police Officer Timothy Ontiveros with the Bloomfield, New Mexico Police Department. End of watch, June 1st, 2025. Sergeant J.D. White with the Angleton Police Department in Texas. End of watch, June 1st, 2025. Police Officer Crystal Rivera with the Chicago Police Department. End of watch, June 5th, 2025. And Police Officer Gabriel Fazio with the Apache Junction Police Department, Arizona, with an end of watch of June 8th, 2025.
Please join me in a moment of silence for these fallen first responders. Thank you. The next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. Matters listed under the consent agenda are considered to be routine and will be enacted by one motion and one vote of consent. There will be no separate discussion of these items. If discussion is desired, that item will be moved from the consent agenda and considered separately. I move we approve the consent agenda. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Mr. Posey,
Aye.
Mr. Barry,
Aye.
Mr. Culp,
Aye. Moving on to new business. The first resolution is 44-2025, a resolution to authorize the Township Administrator to enter into a joint construction agreement with Washington Township for pavement marking of Miami Township streets. Mr. Schweiker.
Good evening, Board. This resolution is, as it states, it's to do pavement markings throughout the township. A few years ago, we entered into the similar joint agreement with Washington Township, Harrison Township, and Butler Township, and found it advantageous that the four townships collectively do this program. Washington is designated as the lead agency, but we'll pay for our specific section accordingly. We have found that this is a cost-sharing measure, and we also found that we were able to do this every other year, so basically extending the life of the pavement markings. And I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have on this resolution.
Any questions?
Thank you, Board.
Thank you, Mr. Schweikert. Next item on the agenda is Resolution 45-2025, a resolution to prohibit adult-use cannabis operators within the unincorporated area of Miami Township, Montgomery County. Mr. Carlson.
Good evening, Board. This resolution comes as a result of several work sessions here with the Board of Trustees, a lot of work by Community Development Department staff, and work with our law director in review of what is a constantly changing legislative landscape at the State House. Working with our law director, we determined that a good route, a recommended route from our department would be to prohibit the land use of adult use cannabis while certain things are being sorted out at the state relative to funding, number of dispensaries, location of dispensaries, and a lot of other items. But we did determine that drafting the language carefully, we were able to determine that future inclusion of the land use within specific zoning districts, like a planned development, could still be allowed if in the future we determine that it's the right choice for the township. So given that there is a deadline, July 1st, to ban the land use, certainly would recommend that we take the safe choice, ban the land use, and reevaluate in the future in other zoning districts as specific applications come forward. If there are any questions, be happy to discuss.
So unlike some of our surrounding jurisdictions, this is not technically a blanket prohibition, correct?
That's correct.
And this is really just carving out the opportunity to make sure that we are responsive to state changes as to the issues, but also our own zoning code and requirements as we've been discussing for the past 10 months or so.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and any application that came forward in the future, we would not be repealing this action. It's just setting ourselves up for the future to be able to review them in the sort of our own timing and our own review.
It'd be nicer if there was a different title than a resolution to prohibit adult use cannabis. All right, we may address that as we go forward. Any other questions? Thank you, Mr. Carlson. You also have Resolution 46, 2025, a resolution to authorize the execution and delivery of an agreement with the Ohio Department of Transportation for the acceptance of funds to repair Springboro Pike Frontage Road.
Yes, thank you, Board. This agreement is a draft agreement between the Township and ODOT relative to the Springboro Pike Frontage Road, sort of a driveway as far as I'm really concerned. The area in front of Austin Springs, Austin Commons Apartment, across from Austin Landing. This area, we've been talking with several developers over the years. Any future development of the landing directly across the way from Austin Landing would require use of this roadway. In those conversations, ODOT has determined, pursuant to Ohio Revised Code, that this is not a major road within their network of roads, so they are planning to turn it over to the township. In working with ODOT, Vanessa Felter, the TID, has helped work with ODOT to determine that some funding should be transferred to the township in support of repair of this road. Working with Public Works Department, $190,000 was the number that ODOT offered based on several calculations. Determined this would be a fair contribution. So in one route, the funds would be used to repair the roadway potentially directly by the township, or could be used potentially through an economic development arrangement, including the Austin East Development Project. So certainly we recommend that we take these funds one way or another. They'll certainly be used to improve this roadway. If you have any questions, happy to discuss.
Any questions? Mr. McCord, you have resolutions 47, 48, 49, 50, and 51.
Good evening, Board. Yes, Resolution 47, 2025 is a resolution to approve an appropriation amendment to the 2025 appropriations budget, specifically to appropriate an additional $66,000 from the Austin East TIF Fund to accommodate payments that were unanticipated at the time of the budget to the school district, and an additional $150,000 to the other expenses appropriation line for the general fund for unexpected legal expense.
Any questions?
Resolution 48, 2025 is the resolution to approve a then and now purchase order for lease payments. A couple of years ago, the police department entered into a lease agreement for 2023 Durangos. And while we had it in the budget, we, through just some miscommunication between the finance and the police department, we did not get a purchase order in place in time to, before the invoice arrived for the payment. So we need to have an approval for a $78,000, $471.07 purchase order, then and now purchase order for the payment of the 2025 lease payment on those vehicles.
Any questions?
Resolution 49, 2025 is the then and now purchase order for legal services. This was a result of an awkward handoff with one of the insurance coverages that they were supposed to be picking up coverages for October and November of last year. And by the time we realized that they weren't paying it, that purchase order had been closed out for 2024. So because those invoices are dated prior to the 2025 purchase order, I need a purchase order approval for those, a then and now purchase order approval for those in the amount of $12,762.
Any questions?
Resolution 50, 2025 is a resolution to authorize the funding of employer contributions to the employees' health savings accounts. This is an annual consideration of the board, commensurate with past few years, several years. In fact, we're making no recommended changes from staff as far as the amounts. It would be a total of $2,000 for any employee who selects medical coverage from the township's plans as an employee only, and $4,000 for anything, any plans that are employee plus either spouse, child, or family coverage. Those Contributions would be made and would be prorated based on when new employees join the township and become eligible for HSA contributions. We stipulate that within the language of the resolution. And these would all be payable for existing employees, qualifying employees with a qualifying HSA. That payment is expected to take place in the first half of August, once final decisions have been made on their health care and it's been implemented. Be happy to take any questions on that.
Anything?
Okay, and the last one tonight, Resolution 51, 2025, is a resolution to approve updates to the Policies and Procedures Manual. The HR manager, township administrator, and myself, we were discussing HSA contributions for short-term employees, short-lived employees, and we're recommending a revision to the employee manual and policy to say we will start in the first year of employment. We will allocate HSA employer contributions will be allocated on a biweekly? Yes, biweekly, commensurate with the payroll schedule. So instead of being a lump sum of $2,000 or $4,000 if they happen to start July 1 or whatever they start during the year, those would be split out into equal installments from the within the first 12 months of their employment. And then at the end of that, we're on a 26 pay schedule, so the 27th pay cycle, they would then receive the remainder of that subsequent year's contribution, whatever it's determined to be. So this is just tailing out that first year's payments. It wouldn't affect any additional employee, any existing employees, excuse me, any existing employees.
Any questions for Mr. McCord? Thank you. Moving on to the public comments portion of the meeting. This is the portion of the meeting where you, the residents of Miami Township, are invited to share your thoughts with the board. Is anyone wishing to come forward to share their thoughts with the board? Seeing no one, we move into consideration of resolutions and motions. I make a motion we adopt Resolution 44-2025, a resolution to authorize the Township Administrator to enter into a joint construction agreement with Washington Township for pavement marking of Miami Township streets. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Mr. Posey,
Aye.
Mr. Barry,
Aye.
Mr. Culp,
Aye.
The next item is Resolution 45-2025. I make a motion we amend the title of Resolution 45-2025 to read as follows. A resolution to prohibit adult-use cannabis operators within the unincorporated area of Miami Township, Montgomery County, Ohio, except as provided in the Miami Township zoning resolution. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Mr. Posey,
Aye.
Mr. Barry,
Aye.
Mr. Culp,
Aye.
I make a motion we adopt Resolution 45-2025, a resolution to prohibit adult-use cannabis operators within the unincorporated area of Miami Township, Montgomery County, except as provided in the Miami Township zoning resolution.
I think we just did that one, sir.
We just did the amendment, now we're doing the approval. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Mr. Posey,
Aye.
Mr. Barry,
Aye.
Mr. Culp,
Aye.
I make a motion we adopt Resolution 46-2025, a resolution to authorize the execution and delivery of an agreement with the Ohio Department of Transportation for acceptance of funds to repair the Springboro Pike Frontage Road. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Mr. Posey,
Aye.
Mr. Barry,
Aye.
Mr. Culp,
Aye.
I make a motion we adopt Resolution 47-2025, a resolution to approve amendments to the appropriation of funds for 2025. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Mr. Posey,
Aye.
Mr. Barry,
Aye.
Mr. Culp,
Aye.
I make a motion we adopt Resolution 48-2025, a resolution to approve then and now purchase order for a lease. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Mr. Posey,
Aye.
Mr. Barry,
Aye.
Mr. Culp,
Aye.
I make a motion we adopt Resolution 49-2025, a resolution to approve then and now purchase order for legal services. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Mr. Posey,
Aye.
Mr. Barry,
Aye.
Mr. Culp,
Aye.
I make a motion we approve Resolution 50-2025, a resolution to authorize the funding of employer contributions to health savings accounts. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Mr. Posey,
Aye.
Mr. Barry,
Aye.
Mr. Culp,
Aye.
I make a motion we adopt Resolution 51-2025, a resolution to approve updates to the Miami Township policies and procedures. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Mr. Posey,
Aye.
Mr. Barry,
Aye.
Mr. Culp,
Aye.
Moving on to department head comments. Chief Nielsen.
Yes, thank you, Board. So we're now less than a month away from the start of Safety Town. We're starting that the week of July 14th. Had a ton of interest in that, ton of kids excited and their parents. Filled up a couple sessions that week, so we posted it again for the second week of July 21st. We've got about a dozen kids signed up for that with a few more spots available. So very excited for that, which will start in less than a month, like I said. And then shortly after that, we're going to move right into National Night Out, working with all of our partners, trying to get some block parties started. Going to be down at Austin Landing and things like that. So a lot of exciting summer events coming up, and things are moving forward. So
Thank you, Chief.
thank you.
Mr. Schweigert.
Yeah, just real brief, Board. I just wanted to thank the 59 participants for the fishing derby. It was a great event. Thanks to all the department heads and staff members that helped put on such a great community event. So I think it was a total success and looking forward to next year. Thank you.
Mr. Carlson.
Just quickly, Board, want to call out a guest in our audience today. Mig Young Song is the branch manager of the Miami Township branch of the Dayton Metro Library. They've been great partners. We've launched the new Little Free Libraries in the park, working with the Parks Department, and the library has been great. They gave us many, many boxes of books to stock the libraries. Is going to work to help us keep those clean and stocked with books for anybody who uses those. And today it was the first story time in the park, right? So we're going to start working to host events in our parks with the library. So I just wanted to call out our visitor, who is great to work with, and thanks for your partnership. That's it.
Thank you for being here. Ms. Bogner? Nothing today? All right. Mr. McCord.
I have one thing to share. Missing from tonight's reading materials was the monthly report, the financial report. I will be issuing that this week. We got a little behind on some stuff, and I'm going to put the final touches on that, but you'll have that in your mailbox later this week, and I will bring it forward in the July meeting as well.
Thank you, Mr. McCord. Administrator Snyder.
Good evening, Board. Again, I just want to reiterate our thanks to everyone that participated in the fishing derby. It was a great success this year. Particularly want to thank all of our staff, Jill Drury, Jasmine, as well as all of the Public Works Department and Parks workers that were out there setting everything up and put a lot of work and effort into making that a great event again this year. I do also want to note again our sponsors for that event who helped us in putting this on again this year, at the Dayton Mall, the Community Foundation of Miami Township, as well as Kona Ice. Lane Hart Signs also donated the smallest fish tackle box, which I had the pleasure of presenting to our winner this year. And again, want to thank the Dayton Metro Library for their participation in providing some free books out there this year. So again, thank you everyone, and hope to see a lot of kids out there again next year. So with that, I also want to note that we do have an open house for the public to meet our new police chief tomorrow afternoon from 4 to 6 p.m. Certainly you can come anytime during that time frame, but it's just a chance to meet with the new chief if folks would like to meet with him, and if they haven't had a chance to meet him already. So again, invite our board out certainly to that event as well. So that's all I have tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Snyder. Elected official comments. Mr. Matthews.
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Mr. Culp.
I have none.
Mr. Barry.
What was the size of the winning fish? It was amazing to see all the people out around the pond, and the only cell phones were used as cameras. Kids can have fun without being on their phones. So, very nice event you put on. Congratulations.
I have no comments this evening. At this time, I move that we move into executive session for the purposes of considering matters required to be kept confidential by federal law or regulations or state statutes in accordance with ORC 121.22G5, and to consider the employment or compensation of a public employee in accordance with ORC 121.22G1, conducting no further public work unless a return to open session occurs. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Mr. Posey,
Aye.
Mr. Berry,
Aye.
Mr. Culp,
Aye.
We are in executive session at 6:30.
I now call the special meeting of the Board of Trustees for Tuesday, June 17th to order at 5 o'clock. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Mr. Berry,
Here.
Mr. Culp,
Here.
I make a motion that we adjourn to executive session for conference with attorneys for the public body concerning disputes involving the public body that are the subject of pending or imminent court action in accordance with ORC 121.22G3 at 5:01 PM.